Good morning, everybody. I'm really honored and proud to be on this stage. I don't know how many of you know Brian, how much history you have, but he doesn't just throw people up on the stage. This is a very highly curated event, and I'm really proud to be here today. And one of the things Brian makes a point when he talks to each speaker at length before we write our content, says no sales pitches, no canned speeches, create unique original content, and make it actionable so that people walk away with something they can do that's going to help them be successful. So to that point, take out a sheet of paper. There's going to be some work here. And my goal is, in the next 28 and a half minutes, to make this piece of paper the most important thing in your business. So help you turn this piece of paper into a really valuable tool. So while you're digging through your bags and finding some paper, I'll tell you a story. In January 2009, I was in sunny San Jose, California, working for PayPal. I was running a B2B marketing team at the time and got called into a very important meeting. January 2009 is when disorganized companies do their 2009 annual planning. So I went to the annual planning meeting and they said, okay, Matt, this year we need you to come up with a strategy to make money. Like, that's it? Like, well, free cash flow, make profit. And in my head, I'm thinking like, there's 4 or 5 layers of very well-paid executives between me and the board of directors, and the best they could come up with was make money. So went back to my desk, talked to my team, and we decided the best way to make profit in 2009 was to raise prices. So we looked down into the fee table and found some little transaction fee use cases where we were priced below market. So we closed those up. We matched market rate. It was a small price increase. It cost the average merchant about $3. But we had 10 million merchants. So $30 million profit straight to the bottom line. It was about 2 cents a share. We were a publicly traded company. And we were selling at 40 times earnings. So 30 million times 40 is about $1.2 billion in shareholder value created, as the finance people say. And so we were feeling pretty good about ourselves. Now, I don't know if anyone realizes this, but 2009 was actually a revolutionary year in the history of payment processing. This was the year where, does anyone recognize these teenagers? Yes. This is the year where the Collison brothers founded Stripe and offered simple direct credit card processing APIs that anyone could copy and paste into an app or a website and start transacting. PayPal customers wanted this. They've been asking for it for years. We didn't make that product in 2009. Stripe did. That's $95 billion. I think it's undervalued, but that was their last private round valuation. $95 billion in shareholder value we didn't capture. And this guy, so that's Stripe. And then this guy, does anyone recognize him? This is before he had the super long beard and the cryptocurrency obsession, but this is Jack Dorsey. And in addition to founding Twitter, he actually founded this other company called Square, which made a magnetic card stripe reader. Now, I knew PayPal customers wanted this because they were literally calling us every day in 2008 and saying, I'm tired of typing credit card numbers into my phone with my thumbs. Can you please invent a magnetic card stripe reader that connects to my smartphone? Like Henry Ford said, your customers will tell you they want faster horses, but our customers were like, no, here's the product, here's how it works, here's what it does. Didn't do that either. So don't feel too bad for PayPal. When I made these slides a couple of weeks ago, they were valued at over $300 billion. But what they did miss was another $210 billion in shareholder value because their strategy wasn't deliver for your customers. Their strategy was go make money in 2009. So I guess you see where I'm going with this. Who am I? Why do I know so much about PayPal? I spent most of my career in Silicon Valley with a few startups that didn't do so well. I joined the growth team at PayPal in 2004. I was there for 11 years. Moved to the UK in 2012 with PayPal. I was in different marketing and general management roles. In 2015, I became an early stage VC with the fund 500 Startups in Europe. And over almost 4 years as a VC, I probably looked at 1,000 pitches, between pitch contests and decks and meetings and things. And one thing that jumped out to me in that time was that most European startups have no idea how to grow a startup. And so John Collison says that there's like a secret set of playbooks that go from company to company in Silicon Valley, and it's in everybody's head. I felt like I have this knowledge, I have this experience, and I can share this, and it's more valuable than Europe having another VC. So I left the investing world, and I founded a startup, Core Strengths. And we run a 10-week virtual accelerator. We take applications. We work with about 50 companies a year in 3 cohorts. And I'm happy to say that we've got a 96% founder likely to recommend score. We've worked with over 100 companies now. A number of those people are actually here in the audience today, and so welcome. And when I ask founders, what was the most valuable thing you got out of the program afterwards, they say 2 things. They say, you helped us adopt a metrics-driven process of rapid experimentation, and you helped us zoom out and figure out where to focus and align the company around that. I don't have time to cover the metrics and the experimentation growth process today, but we will help you zoom out and find that focus. So at the beginning of the program, we bring each company in and we just interrogate, the key leaders of the company, ask them a bunch of questions so that we can be most helpful to them when they go through the program and we have a sense of where they're at. And what we tend to see in these meetings is, we call it chaos. Europeans are more polite. They say, we have no shortage of ideas, things like that. But your product team wants to do customer interviews and research and build products. The marketing team wants to get budget and buy ads and hire agencies and rebrand. And the lawyers, for some crazy reason, they want to be careful and keep you out of jail and keep you from getting sued. The compliance team wants to comply. The engineering team knows they need to support all this stuff, and they're trying to balance their roadmap. But then they also, want to refactor unstable parts of the code base and, prepare to scale and make critical updates for iOS 15. So everyone's got, and then the founder wants to do all these things because they all sound important. And, she doesn't know how to decide between, how you decide between compliance and refactoring the code base and going and, getting more salespeople. And so, but what she really needs to probably do is go fundraise anyway. So you kind of end up doing a little bit of all those things. And that's the one absolutely wrong answer.